Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to my Inbox 29 video. Here I'll be showing some vinyl that I bought over the past month or so, new and second hand. So we'll start off with the new vinyl, and I finally got it, and it is the 2020 remix of Goat's Head Soup, my favourite Stones album, with the bonus disc with the new outtakes and demos, etc., and it is brilliant. So I have this in CD, I really wanted it in vinyl, and my local record shop finally got it, so I got it. Now, another Stones album I bought, which I had, and I'm not going to give the reason why I bought this, but it's brand new and it's Exile on Main Street. My next video will explain why I bought this, but this is 180 gram vinyl. This is brilliant. I have played this, and again I do prefer to hear this on vinyl rather than on CD for some reason, and that's the same with the next album I'm going to show, which is another new one, and it's my least favourite, or one of my least favourites of the Squeeze albums, and it's from 2015 and it's Cradle to the Grave. This is much better on vinyl for some reason. I don't know why. I was never keen on it on the CD, but 4 sides. It's a double album. The side D being like the demos, which came with the deluxe version of the CD. I actually only downloaded them. I only bought the actual standard CD. But yes, this is much better than I thought. My favourite song was and still is Top of the Form. But if I was doing a Squeeze ranking video, say maybe a few months ago, this would probably be bottom or second bottom. It has gone up quite a bit. So Cradle to the Grave, Squeeze. And that was bought from a seller, and I ordered a few other albums from that seller to keep the postage down, and this is one of them, and this is absolutely brilliant. And this is from Boy3 Wedding from 1983. I didn't realise this was actually produced by David Byrne of Talking Heads. It has the singles The Tunnel of Love, Our Lips Are Sealed, and The More I See, The Less I Believe. I always liked their singles, but I never thought the LPs were any good at all. But when I bought this, played this, I loved it. So from Boy3 Waiting. Now, another one I bought from that seller is Fundamental by Mental As Anything. It was very cheap, and I do love the song Live It Up from the Crocodile Dundee soundtrack. This is mid-80s pop, and it's alright. It's not fantastic, but again, it's nice to have. You're So Strong, the opening song's not bad, but the rest of it's listening toable, if you see what I mean. But it hardly grabs you, but still, it's nice to have. Now, there was another album I ordered and they didn't have it. They said he couldn't find it. He sent me a message and he said, would I like for him to put in an album that he thinks I might like. In fact, he'll put in 2. I thought, yeah, a little bit of potluck, see what he puts in. And the album I had ordered was only $1.99 anyway, so I went for that rather than get the money back. And the first album he put in, and I played half of this, and it's not really my type of music, and it's the Alan Parsons, I was nearly going to say Partridge there, the Alan Parsons Project, Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe. It's on the Charisma label. It's proggy. The actual album looks as clean as a whistle, but there are a few sort of pops and clicks which put me off. If I'm being honest, I wasn't really in the mood for listening to it, but I did put it on and I took it off halfway through side 1, so I will have to come back to it. But I don't know why he thought I might like that, because in my Discogs list there's nothing like this, and that's obviously where he looked. But he did throw in another album, and I was shocked. And I thought, there's no way in this life that I will like this. And it's Chicago 3. I thought, God. Now, this is a double album, and it's in really good condition. And I played this from start to finish, and I really did enjoy it. And it's all different styles. Side 1s are full of horns and so forth. It's actually quite funky. And then it gets a little bit folky and it gets a little bit rocky, and it's not bad at all. It's not my type of music, but I did actually enjoy it, and I will be playing this again. I don't think it will make me go out and buy any Chicago albums. You know, I do like some of their slushy singles like If You Leave Me Now or Hard to Say I'm Sorry, and what's the other one, Hard Habit to Break. But yeah, I was actually quite surprised at this and I did enjoy it. So this is on the CBS, the orange label, so it's quite old and it's in really good nick. Next up, and I ordered this from Discogs, and it's Sister Sledge Greatest Hits, and really for side 2, because side 2's only got 4 songs on it and they're all from the same album, We Are Family, and it's Lost in Music, Thinking of You, He's the Greatest Dancer, and We Are Family, 4 of the best disco classics ever. Side 1 has Frankie, which was a #1 hit over here, which I haven't heard for a brief while, but I was never that keen, and then I didn't recognise any of the other ones. Mama Never Told Me, All American Girls, Dancing on the Jagged Edge, When the Boys Meet the Girls, and Smile. I've only played side 2 of this. I'm going to have to give side 1 a listen. I may be surprised, but I didn't want to buy the We Are Family album because I have it actually on CD, and I thought, no, a greatest hits, if I can find one at a cheap price, I'll go for it. And Sister Sledge, good album, well, half of it anyway. Next up, because I liked the Boy3's Wedding so much, I sought out their first album, so I've got their 2 albums, and this is just called the Boy3, and the singles off this are The Lunatics Have Taken Over the Asylum, obviously Ain't What You Do, It's the Way That You Do It with Bananarama, and The Telephone Always Rings, and this is every bit as good as the second album. This is more sort of rhythmic instruments, and it's almost got a bit of a jungle feel as well, but it's a really strong album from the X Specials guys, so the 2 Boy3 albums get a big thumbs up from me. Okay, next up, and I've got this Kirsty MacColl, Electric Landlady. I had this in CD, always fancied it in vinyl, saw it cheap. I know this has been reissued, but this is an original, and this is the one with Walking Down Madison, which was, I think, co-written with Johnny Marr. I know he plays on it anyway, which is brilliant. My Affair is a fantastic song. All I Ever Wanted is a great Kirsty MacColl-esque type single. It's very Kirsty MacColl-y. And the song Children of the Revolution, which is not the T-Rex song, it's a completely different song, but it's really good. I actually prefer this to Kite, but not many people do, and this is from 1990 or 91, I think it's 1991, it's one or the other. So Electric Landlady, not to be confused with Electric Ladyland by Kirsty MacColl. And 3 more left, and this is a surprise. I don't know why I bought this. I was in the record shop, I saw it, it was quite cheap, and I know a lot of people have shown it, and on Rachel's live streams I think about 3 or 4 hours was dedicated to this band in one night, and it's Yes, Close to the Edge, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now there's side 1, which is the big long track, Close to the Edge, and side 2, which has got about 4 songs or 4 or 5 songs on it. I preferred side 2, although I did enjoy the side 1 as well. Now I've said before, I'm never a big fan of John Anderson's voice, but I think I'm turning to appreciate it a lot more. Especially the one he did with Vangelis, I'll Find My Way Home, which I've always loved. But yeah, I was very surprised at this and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so the next time I went up to the shop, I went to see if there was any more Yes albums. And I spotted this, and I'd never heard of it, and it's called Yesterdays. So I bought it. It was cheap, it was about £6. And I went home and I looked up Wikipedia, and basically what this is a compilation from 1975 of the best tracks from their first 2 albums, plus a B-side, plus America, the Paul Simon song. And I thought, oh yes, do America, I wonder how they're going to butcher this one. And I played it, and I just sat there with an open mouth going, what on earth have they done to this classic song? Now, to give it its due, they just really sing a little bit of America and then they go off and do their own thing, so they're more or less superimposing the the actual verses and the chorus of America into their song, and I think it's actually quite good. So it's not a bad version, and the whole album itself I think is actually quite good as well. So yeah, a bit shocked at America, but I'm coming around to it. So it's just a prog version of the song, but it works quite well, and I think that's a really nice cover. But yes, always do have nice covers. I love the cover of that album, Tales of Topographic Oceans, but I hear that's a really difficult album to get into. So Yesterday's is my second Yes album, and I really enjoy it, albeit it's a compilation. And the last one to show today is a £1 purchase, and it's Impressions 15 instrumental images for £1, and it is actually very good. You've got Oxygen by Jean-Michel Jarre, you have Key Mai by Ennio Morricone, which I absolutely love that tune. You have The Road by Mark Knopfler. You've Hard's Way by the Simon May Orchestra. Now, my mother had that single in the 80s, and I do quite like it. Robin, The Hooded Man by Clannad, and a couple of other ones. Merry Christmas Mr. Lawrence by Richie Sakamoto. For £1, it's on the K-Tel label, but it's in perfect nick, and it's a really good listen. It's really good to have this on the background, so that's my £1 purchase, which I got for nothing. Okay, so those are my most recent purchases. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon, and it'll be the video explaining about why I bought Exile on Main Street again. Okay, that's me for now. All the best. Bye bye.